People of God, y'all doing all right? I'm doing all right. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine on cloud 3. Today we're talking about Bondi. Pam Bondi. Wow. I don't know why you all are so surprised at some of the things that we see in politics today. Why y'all so surprised? I ain't surprised. Because Pam Bondi is the embodiment of who Donald Trump is. I'm tired of talking about it, so I think this might be my last day. 60. You good. Don't stop it. Bass.
It's the show that will get you thinking, and where the topics are hot. Feel free to comment whether we agree or not, 'cause he's got something to say.
Sirwalterj.
He's got something to say. Sirwalterj.
Report live 7 days a week, always on time, but his time is not free. Sirwalterj, always on fleek. Latest trending topics, had you jumping out your seat.
He's got something to say.
Come on in, boys. The water is fine.
Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj Jones Show. I'm here. It is the evening edition, baby. Come on in, Water fan. Y'all doing all right? It's good to see you, bunkers out there. Today is Wednesday. It's hump day. I don't expect a whole lot of folks tonight because I typically go live on during the day around 2:30, somewhere around there. So some of y'all wouldn't expect me to go live tonight. So, hi. Today we're talking about Bondi. Karen-nomics. Bondi is the epitome of Karens. She is their superhero. She is their queen. Bondi. Karen. She's their savior. Some people be asking me, why are you talking about politics? Why are you talking about Trump and his cabinet and stuff like that? Why are you talking about MAGA folks? Why are you talking about the Democrats? Why are you talking about the liberals? What are you talking about? When I talked about Barack Obama, why are you talking about politics? When I talked about Biden, why are you talking about politics? I brought up Kamala. Why are you talking about politics? You're late to the Sirwalterj Jones game. We've been on air for 11 years. We kicked off the show in 2014 in historic Bronzeville here in Chicago. Bronzeville is like our Black Wall Street, like Tulsa. Blickety black. I started on an internet radio station called urbanbroadcastmedia.com. And my show aired from the hours of 4 o'clock p.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday. You understand? What do we talk about for 2 hours every night? Wasn't religion. Wasn't Bible study. Thursday was Theology Thursday. But we talked about everything because we are a talk show. So you wonder why I be talking about politics, because I've been doing this for 11 years. You just happen to come in when you would hear me talk do more, that is Bible studies, but you don't really show up for those. So there's some people who've been with me for all 11 years, and I talk about everything. You know why? Because I live in the world. I'm not of it. And it is weak that your preacher, pastor, elder, minister, evangelist, apostle, prophet, he can't talk about what's going on outside your doors. He weak. How can he warn you? How can he instruct you? If you're going to be listening to him, you will listen to your preacher more than you do your doctor, your lawyer, I'm about to say Indian chief. I don't want to be offensive. Monkey move you around here. All right. You listen to your preacher more than you do anybody. And the world know that. And the politicians know that. That's why they take the black preacher and make him say certain things, cause him to do things, pay him behind his back or under the table so that he can get you all to do things that the king wants you to do. You understand? We talk about everything. We talk about relationships. We talk about boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, first wife, your second wife, your third wife, your fourth wife. We talk about sex. We talk about finances. And when we talk about those things, you all don't really show up for those, but we don't care. We still talk about it. You are a voter. You go in that booth and you vote for somebody, but you don't want me to talk about what you do? Nescient. I have to use that word because I can't use those other words that my other YouTubers use. So right here, Pam Bondi is the chief Karen. Karen-nomics it oozes out of her face. Today she was grilled by Congress, and boy, was it a show. Here is one called AG. She's the Attorney General. She's not new to this job, by the way, y'all. She was doing this in her state, and Donald Trump decided to use her for, God help, bow your heads. Hail Mary, Mother Jesus. Right here.
I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide.
She said everything but look over there to her left and looked at her boss and said, and he's in it too. I said it's on my desk, but I didn't say I was going to show y'all it. But I was going to release the MLK files. The MLK files will be released in February, you all. Donald Trump will still be president, and he wants y'all to see every little ounce, jot, and tittle of the MLK files, and it ain't going to be pretty, y'all, if it gets released. And if anybody fight for it to not be released outside of the family, you black preachers, you social gospel preachers, if you fighting for it, it's because you are just like Donald Trump. You don't want the truth to come out. I'm with these Republicans when they talk about the Democratic Party. I'm with them. I side with them when they say, you all are hypocrites, though. You're hypocrites. It's the same bird. He just got tainted feathers. This feather over here is rainbow color. And this feather over here got an eagle on it. It's the same bird. So then Pam Bondi showers praise on Donald Trump's in the cabinet meeting, make claims of the ISIS terrorists in New York, and you check her numbers out.
President, your first 100 days has far exceeded. President, your first 100 days has far exceeded that of any other presidency in this country. Wow. Ever. Never seen anything like it. Thank you. Your directive to me was very simple. Make America safe. And despite that, we've still been defending over 200 civil lawsuits filed against you. On top of everything else, I think I'm representing every one of you in this room in some capacity. And no, you will not be arrested by the U.S. Marshals. Over 200 lawsuits, over 50 injunctions, and now we've got multiple cases in front of the Supreme Court, and we will succeed, and we are doing great in front of the Supreme Court, President, and we'll continue on with that. I was at DEA yesterday, and they said to me, you, Donald Trump, have taken the handcuffs off of DEA agents. And as a result of, since you have been in office, President Trump, your DOJ agencies have seized more than 22 million fentanyl pills, 3,400 kilos of fentanyl. Since you've been, your last 100 days, which saved, are you ready for this, media? 258 million lives. Kids are dying.
Donald Trump saved 258 million lives. Can somebody do me a favor and get a calculator out? And can you tell me how many people live in America? Huh? How many people live in America? Hey, Alexa, how many people live in America?
The United States has a population of 342,620,143 people. That's about 4% of the world's total population.
248,000. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy to help with those population numbers.
She knows it. She knows it. There's 342 minus 248, she said, right? Do y'all know what she's saying here? Can y'all give me a percentage there? Miss Thang over here said there's 342 million. Pam says that Donald Trump saved. How many?
Every the Supreme Court president, and we'll continue on with that. I was at DEA yesterday, and they said to me, you, Donald Trump, have taken the handcuffs off of DEA agents. And as a result of, since you have been in office, President Trump, your DOJ agencies have seized more than 22 million fentanyl pills, 3,400 kilos of fentanyl since you've been your last 100 days, which saved, are you ready for this, media? 258 million lives.
258. Hold on. 258 million lives and 340. Carry the one. How was that possible that Donald Trump saved almost all of America? I didn't know that was that many people on drugs in America. And she is the attorney freaking general of these here United States with that kind of math. That is amazing, Donald. I should have voted for him. He saved over 60% of all Americans. Over 60% of all Americans are on fentanyl. Wow! All right, let's see. And then comes this shellacking that happened today. Let's watch it all, y'all. It's 6 minutes long. I want y'all to pay close attention. Pay close attention.
Recognizes.
All right, pay close attention. If I was a body agent, a body, what do you call those people who read bodies and stuff? If I was that guy, I would have a great time watching today's lashing. She didn't say anything. She couldn't because there was no question asked her. But oh my goodness, if you see a very uncomfortable, arrogant woman, if you never seen one, you about to see one. Here we go.
The gentleman from Maryland.
And thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to start by saying I appreciate what you said, Attorney General Bondi, and you said it to me personally, that you take the personal security of every member of Congress seriously and that people can contact you about that. And in these times, that's a very serious matter. So I thank you for that. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 7 of the Constitution is the Domestic Emoluments Clause. And it says that the president is limited to his salary in office and cannot receive any other money from the federal government while he's in office. It cannot be increased by $1. This president is the first president in U.S. history who has repeatedly sued the federal government for $230 million for the judicial search warrant at Mar-a-Lago, which was perfectly lawful and was never struck down. But now he's suing the IRS for $10 billion. He's suing the IRS for $10 billion, which I think is around 80% of its annual budget, because his tax returns were leaked. And they were illegally leaked by a private contractor who actually is in prison now, Charles Littlejohn, but he wants $10 billion. Now, I want to ask you the question of whether you think it would violate the Domestic Emoluments Clause for you to settle that $10 billion case or any of the other claims that the president has made against the government. He himself has remarked, it's interesting because I'm the one that makes the deal, right? And he says, I kind of have to work it out with myself. Do you think it would violate the Domestic Emoluments Clause for the president to work out a deal from people who are his subordinates under his unitary executive theory to get money in one of these cases?
I'm not going to discuss pending litigation.
Okay, so theoretically you're saying because his privacy rights were violated.
Okay, now this is not the one I'm looking for. The one I'm looking for, hold on. Let me find the one I'm looking for. Pupita. Wait a minute. Okay, here it is. All right, this one here.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Chairman, and welcome Attorney General Bondi. You've got the best lawyer's job in America because your mission.
They keep the camera on her a lot, and she fidgets like she is so peed off or she's very nervous. Okay?
Is justice, and your clients are the American people. But to promote justice for the people, you've got to listen to the victims, like the women seated behind you today. Those are just some of the hundreds of survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's global sex trafficking ring who are demanding that the truth be told and are demanding accountability for the abusers who trafficked and raped them. You still haven't met with these survivors. So with their permission, let me introduce to you the survivors and late survivors' family members who are present today. There's Teresa Helm, there's Jess Michaels, Laura Bloom McGee, Danny Bensky, Liz Stein, Marina Lacerda, Sky and Amanda Roberts, who are the family of the late Virginia Giuffre, Charlene Richard, and Lisa Phillips. Now, you're not showing a lot of interest in the victims, Madam Attorney General. Whether it's Epstein's human trafficking ring or the homicidal governmental violence against citizens in Minneapolis, as Attorney General, you're siding with the perpetrators and you're ignoring the victims. That will be your legacy unless you act quickly to change course. You're running a massive Epstein cover-up right out of the Department of Justice. You've been ordered by subpoena and by Congress to turn over 6 million documents, photographs, and videos in the Epstein files, but you've turned over only 3 million. You say you're not turning over the other 3 million because they're somehow duplicative, but we know that there are actual memos of victim statements in there, and you also took down the Department of Justice's prosecution memo from 2019. So it's clearly not all duplicative, but even if it were, why not release it? Just release all the duplicative stuff. In the half you did produce, you redacted the names of abusers, enablers, accomplices, and co-conspirators, apparently to spare them embarrassment and disgrace, which is the exact opposite of what the law ordered you to do. Even worse, you shockingly failed to redact many of the victims' names, which is what you were ordered to do by Congress. Some of the victims had come forward publicly, but many had not. Many had kept their torment private, even from family and friends, but you published their names,
Lord have mercy,
their identities, their images, on thousands of pages for the world to see. So you ignored the law, and even with over 100,000 employees at your disposal, you acted with some mixture of staggering incompetence, cold indifference, and jaded cruelty towards more than 1,000 victims raped, abused, and trafficked.
Lord have mercy.
This performance screams cover up. Convicted sex trafficker and groomer Ghislaine Maxwell opened the gates of hell to Virginia Giuffre and hundreds of other victims, as Virginia recorded in her remarkable book, Nobody's Girl. But when Maxwell was subpoenaed to come testify before Congress, you and Todd Blanche quickly moved her from a higher security prison to a minimum security camp in Texas, where she's enjoyed 5-star treatment, including catered meals, private gym time, and access to a therapy puppy. All because Todd Blanche, who's utterly failed to investigate the monstrous crimes of Epstein and Maxwell's co-conspirators, spent 9 hours with Maxwell and satisfied himself that she would have nothing untoward to say about Donald Trump, which is your only real interest in the matter, based on institutional performance. But abandoning victims and coddling perpetrators is what you do best. When the FBI opened a criminal investigation into the brutal killing in Minneapolis of Renee Good, a poet and 37-year-old mother of 3, by Trump's masked paramilitary ICE agents, you shut it down. You claim you're investigating the cold-blooded murder of Alex Preddy, an ICU nurse at the VA. But how can we trust the administration when the president and Kristi Noem called Preddy a domestic terrorist and Stephen Miller called him a would-be assassin? Not only do you refuse to share evidence with the state and local investigators and prosecutors in Minnesota, you have blocked their access to the crime scene and the evidence. How are you seeking justice for Marimar Martinez, the Montessori school teacher in Chicago who was shot 5 times by a Border Patrol agent who bragged about it on text? Or the family of Keith Porter, a father of 2 shot and killed by an off-duty ICE agent in LA? Or the family of Silverio Villegas Gonzalez, shot and killed in Illinois minutes after he dropped his kids off at school? There's no sign of any movement at the Department of Justice. You even launched a criminal investigation into Renee Good's grieving widow. How sick is that? But it's even worse. You've turned the People's Department of Justice into Trump's instrument of revenge. Trump orders up prosecutions like pizza, and you deliver every time. He tells you to go after James Comey, Letitia James, Lisa Cook, and Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve Board, and members of Congress like Adam Schiff, Mark Kelly, Alyssa Slotkin, Chrissy Houlihan, Jason Crow, Chris Deluzio, and Maggie Goodlander, to name a few, and you snap to it. You replace real prosecutors with counterfeit stooges who robotically do the president's bidding. Nothing in American history comes close to this complete corruption of the justice function and contamination of federal law enforcement. And the good news is many serious lawyers at DOJ, including some of your own original appointees, have refused your lawless orders. Danielle Sassoon, your original pick for acting U.S. Attorney in Manhattan, resigned rather than follow your corrupt order to quash an indictment against Mayor Eric Adams as a political favor from Donald Trump. A Federalist Society member who clerked for Justice Scalia, U.S. Attorney Sassoon refused to participate in this blatantly corrupt scheme. Her top assistant, Hagan Scotton, an Iraqi war vet and 2-time Bronze Star recipient who clerked for Chief Justice Roberts, and then Judge Kavanaugh, promptly resigned too, writing to your office, quote, "I expect you will eventually find someone who is enough of a fool or enough of a coward to file your motion, but it was never going to be me." You and the president nominated Eric Siebert, a 15-year career prosecutor, to be your U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. But after
Brother had to take some water. Do y'all see that? This administration is so corrupt that the man had to take water because he couldn't. He almost died getting through all of the reading. He almost died. And she like, She's preparing her deflection. You'll see her notebook. Her notebook is this big. It's all deflection. The cover of her notebook say, "We deflect." She not hearing the word he's saying. And she just... And later on, she gonna put something in her mouth. Y'all gonna see. I think she picked up the phone at one time. She was calling. Domino's, please. Yes, pepperoni, sausage, Coke. It's gonna be a while. What time? 30 minutes or less. All right, I'll see it. It's the Capitol building, the one we destroyed. Yes. Bye. Yes, Uber, please. Uber, I'm going to cancel this ride. I'm going to be here for a little while.
5 months of investigating Letitia James and James Comey, he found no evidence to justify criminal charges. So you forced him out. But after 5 months of investigating Letitia James and James Comey,
oh, she got something in her mouth.
Who clerked for
she
U.S. Attorney says
Hold on.
appointees have corruption
of
the justice function.
Wait, hold on.
Schiff, Mark Kelly, Alyssa Slotkin, Chrissy Houlihan, Jason Crow, Chris DeLuzio, and Maggie Goodlander, to name a few, and you snap to it. You replace real prosecutors with counterfeit stooges who robotically do the president's bidding. Nothing in American history comes close to this complete corruption of the justice function and contamination of federal law enforcement. And the good news is many serious lawyers at DOJ, including some of your own original appointees, have refused your lawless orders. Danielle Sassoon, your original pick for acting U.S. Attorney in Manhattan, resigned rather than follow your corrupt order to quash an indictment against Mayor Eric Adams as a political favor from Donald Trump. A Federalist Society member who clerked for Justice Scalia, U.S. Attorney Sassoon refused to participate in this blatantly corrupt scheme. Her top assistant, Hagen Stoughton, an Iraqi war vet and two-time...
I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life. Did she put a Tic Tac in her mouth and get a bang out of life?
Bronze Star recipient, U.S. Attorney Sassoon refused to participate in this blatantly corrupt scheme. Her top assistant, Hagen Stoughton, an Iraqi war vet and two-time Bronze Star recipient who clerked for Chief Justice Roberts and then Judge Kavanaugh, promptly resigned too, writing to your office, quote, "I expect you will eventually find someone who is enough of a fool or enough of a coward to file your motion, but it was never going to be me. You and the president nominated Eric Siebert, a 15-year career prosecutor, to be your U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia."
She writing a love letter to her husband.
But after 5 months of investigating Letitia James and James Comey, he found no evidence to justify criminal charges.
Oh, my God.
So you forced him out. You replaced him with Lindsay Halligan, Trump's personal lawyer from the Mar-a-Lago documents case, who had zero prosecutorial experience and no qualifications. And then you were humiliated when a federal judge found that this corrupt appointment was blatantly unlawful and threw out Halligan's indictments entirely. Grand juries of American citizens have repeatedly rejected your vendettas and baseless indictments brought by the hacks left at DOJ now, with 2 different grand juries in Virginia voting down indictments against Letitia James in a single week. And just
Deborah, he getting ready to get high. Forget the wine. He got some weed up under that table.
Yesterday, another grand jury shut down your vendetta factory by rejecting indictments against the 6 members of Congress who had spoken out to remind all service members that they have a duty to refuse illegal orders. You tried to get a grand jury to indict 6 members of Congress who are veterans of our armed forces on charges of seditious conspiracy simply for exercising their First Amendment rights. I hope you will heed the wisdom and the constitutional patriotism of those grand jurors and not try it again by doubling down on that humiliation. As your best lawyers are sacked for having participated in the January 6th case, or just flee for the exits now. Your new lawyers keep lying in court. In dozens of cases, they've been excoriated for lying to federal judges. Chief Judge Boasberg, right here in D.C., suggested your Department of Justice perpetrated a fraud on the court. Other judges found your statements to be, quote, inexplicably misleading, patently incredible, totally inconsistent, and so disingenuous that the court is left with little confidence that the government can be trusted to tell the truth about anything. Now, as ranking member, I asked the chairman to add a few extra rounds of questions today because we each have 5 hours of questions, not 5 minutes, but we're stuck with 5 minutes. That's clearly insufficient to give voice to America's victims and survivors and to demand answers about all the corruption and cover-ups that we see at DOJ right now. We've got just one round, so we ask you politely but firmly, Madam Attorney General, please do not waste 1 second of our precious time by evading questions, by changing the subject, or engaging in personal attacks against members of Congress. We saw your performance in the Senate, and we're not going to accept that. This isn't a game. In the Senate, you brought something with you called a burn book, a binder of smears to attack members personally for doing the people's work of oversight.
Oh my God, she's having a conversation. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Wait, hold up. Is she having a conversation with a guy? She over there flirting with a man. Hold up.
Round. So we ask you politely but firmly, Madam Attorney General, please do not waste 1 second of our precious time by evading questions, by changing the subject, or engaging in personal attacks against members of Congress. We saw your performance in the Senate, and we're not going to accept that. This isn't a game. In the Senate, you brought something with you called a burn book, a binder of smears to attack members personally for doing the people's work of oversight. Please set the burn book aside and answer our questions.
She cannot be doing this. I guess, what would y'all do if you being grilled like that, huh? What would you be doing?
When you hear us reclaim our time, that means it's time for you to stop speaking. We only have 5 minutes, so when we reclaim our time, that means you stop. And if you don't, we will ask the chair to stop the clock and let you go on his time. The quality of justice in America depends on the character of our government. Please do your job and bring the Department of Justice back from the brink. The survivors seated behind you and the American people watching everywhere deserve a Department of Justice worthy of its name. I yield back, Mr. Chair.
Lord have mercy. He said, please don't do this, please don't do this, and please don't do this. And guess what she did, y'all? She did everything he told her not to do. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and then the Asian man had his turn.
I'm going to show you 2 photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
Should I, excuse me, where am I?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that we, please put the photos back up, that we.
Do y'all see the arrogance? He like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. She like, I said, pepperoni, girl, pepperoni. Not, I can't eat that Judge. He said, ma'am, I'm talking here. Oh, excuse me? Redacted what? Yeah. Dang. Did you see her do that? You see her? If I was a body expert, I'd tell y'all some things. Look at her response. Look at her response.
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were following the congressional law, correct?
Watch this.
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that we, please put.
Y'all, this is movie night right here. This is movie night.
Photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act. Not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you.
Hold on, y'all. You know what this remind me of? This Karen-nomics. Y'all ever see this woman here? She cracks me up. She be talking about heiferation. This woman right here, y'all. She kills me.
Young gentleman sent me this. He had attended some of my previous Karen-nomics master classes, and he had this question. Just talking from experience, for the most part, I can say this. That a heifer is just a smart mouth, conniving, trifling, discord-sowing, busybody, peace-breaking woman. And for the most part, she all talk. Who rally bag stuff up. She'll try you now. But I'm talking from experience. She a coward. She's a coward. That ain't to take no smoke off her flames. But she just playing games, that's all. But a hussy? That's a different sequence. She a heifer on steroids, baby. She been flouncing around since Fuzzy Wuzzy was about. She brazen, immoral, carefree, and could care less about what you and your husband done built together, baby. She ain't saying that. Honey, she'll lay in your bed like she a part of the decor. Whereas a heifer will tell you to put your money where your mouth is, the husband gonna put her mouth where the money is.
Oh my God.
I'm just telling you. She's gonna follow through with every last one of her promises. She's scandalous. Ain't got no remorse for her destructive.
Wait. Ain't got no remorse.
She a home wrecker, and she proud of it. And ain't got no problem showing you there's proof in her pudding. Now, if you go up against her, baby, you're going to have to show that range. That you flunked PE, and you ain't playing.
She called it a
Never
wench.
did play, ain't trying to play. You heard what I said? Meditate and stutter stumble. Cock that way.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh. She says since Fuzzy Wuzzy was the best. That thing took me out. I ain't see all of it. I only saw like 30 seconds of it. I am literally in I'm in stitches. Whew. There's a difference between a hussy and a heifer. Now hussy, I don't know why she came to my mind, y'all. I don't know why she came to my mind when I'm thinking about Pam Bondi. And this is Karen. This is Karen-nomics here. I need her to do one on Karen. All right, let's get back to this hussy, right?
Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Never
I agree with
mentioned
you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein.
Nobody
I want to
look at
know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect.
What? They are trying to deflect. I reclaim my time. What? The deflection happens when it takes you that long to answer a question. We all do it. Typically, when somebody asks you a question, you'll say, you will repeat the question in full. Theology stuff. So you either repeat the question in full because you're looking for an answer, or you do a long pregnant pause, which is what she's doing here. All right, here we go. The bald-headed Philistine came in here, and I got to hear him end this show. Go back.
Are there any underage girls
Now you all
at that party or at any
You all count the seconds, okay? Count the seconds. Let's say Corey alert.
party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous.
Did y'all count? She was trying her best to find the best deflection she can find. 1,000. This was supposed to be an educational show. And this is turning into a comedy act. And let me rewind it, y'all. I want y'all to see this, all right? We're gonna play the Apollo music.
Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files.
I'm reclaiming my time. I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
President Trump asked
Chairman, please stop the clock.
Stop
the clock.
The legislation. This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to reclaim my
ridiculous.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the...
I mean, she is sounding like a 6-year-old. Don't you ever say that I committed a crime. You liar. Did y'all hear up on her voice? You liar. Don't you ever. Let's go back.
National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the...
I think y'all missed it. Maybe y'all missed the 5-year-old. He was talking. She was going through her deflection notes, as a good Karen does. And she heard the lie. She heard him say live, and she paused for a little while. She heard it, but about another 5 seconds went by before she heard it. It hit her like when you stump your toe, and then the pain comes about Oh, 6 seconds later. Don't you dare call me a liar. You liar. You liar. Yeah, y'all missed it. Do I have to rewind? I got to rewind it.
FBI's threat operation under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said
Watch the
there's no
pause.
evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called the National Threat Operations Center. I'd like to take my
Time belongs to the gentleman
Let's go back,
from
let's go back.
California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath.
One,
there is ample
two,
evidence
three,
in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a
I
crime.
believe you just lied under oath.
Here you
and
go.
This is all on videotape. You
2,
said there's
1.
no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is
Say it.
a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did not ask a question, Ms.
He
Head.
doesn't
You're
want to
allowed
talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his state.
She can't just
Madam
add
Attorney
lip
General.
stuff. I did not ask a question.
Meeting will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time. I think our next witness.
Yeah. He's right. He did not ask her a question. That fool over there on her side was like, oh, enough. Y'all know who he is, right? The one who was we heard was met. And I'm not gonna say it. And so he was gonna give her an opportunity to answer, but the rules say if I didn't ask you a question and I ended my time, there's nothing else to say. Ooh, to the we. What do we do with this mess, y'all? I don't even know what to do with this mess. I'm gonna go give me some food. Cause this is some bull in the United States of America. So I'm playing this stuff so that you all could stop living under a rock. I have a class on Patreon, which is starting at 8:45 tonight, my time. Right there, apologetics class, and we're talking about tonight eschatology, end times. In that teaching, if you show up tonight, you'll see how I push the importance of understanding different views. Having the knowledge to understand opposing views so that you can talk to people, so that you can get them to see your view. This is important because people are not going to hear you. They're not going to listen to you if you come across as being all-knowing. Some of you are saying in the comment section, and I totally agree. I don't know what's going on in my throat. How many people went to jail for Richard Nixon? Richard Nixon gave the orders, but Richard Nixon was able to go free. All he had to do was resign from the presidency, and he went home and enjoyed his life while people went to prison for him. Guess what? People went to jail for Donald Trump in his first administration. Your legacy, all of you who were selected by Donald Trump, your legacy is gonna be ugly. It's going to be embarrassing. And they will laugh at you. They will laugh at you. Your legacy. Y'all remember that movie? Is it Chris? What's that movie? They all gonna laugh at you. The girl with the telekinesis. She was able to. Is it Christy? What's the name of it? That's what's gonna happen to all these folks when we look back at history and when it finally do what it do. The people who did not go to jail for Nixon got disgraced. All of Nixon's lawyers went to jail behind his corruption. John Dean, who was my favorite, Charles Colson, G. Gordon, Liddy, John Mitchell. Those folks were disgraced. Carrie, thank you, Richardson. Carrie. Christie was the car, right? Robbie, what did you say? I saw you say something here. Please listen as our options have changed. If you need to lie to avoid that first line by itself. I thought I was getting ready to be something really serious. That first line. The reason why I'm laughing so hard because I placed an order at Macy's or somebody. I placed an order and they had me on the phone and they said, "Please listen as our options have changed." That was today. I ordered me some pants at Macy's and I was wondering when it was coming. Our options have changed. Woo, the bunkers is something else. Y'all think Christy or Christine or something like that? Wasn't that the car that was the car that was spooky? That was a ghost car. They're all gonna laugh at you as Carrie. So what's gonna happen tomorrow, y'all? I don't know. I know I'm tired. That Super Bowl got me tired. That monkey depiction of Barack Obama and his wife got me all jacked up. Now this Pam Bondi thing. What's gonna happen tomorrow, y'all? I don't know. All I know is Chicago. The weather in Chicago today was about 50 degrees. It sure felt wonderful. Christine, right? It sure felt wonderful. I felt like taking off. I thought I put some shorts on. It's gonna be 56 Sunday. At least that's what it's saying here. Sometimes they be lying. Yo, that's a heat wave in Chicago. Is that a sign that spring is coming early? And if you live in Chicago, you won't believe the lie. Don't believe the lie. All right. I'm looking forward to just chilling and going away and enjoying my time away with the Lord. I need it because I got some decisions to make. Y'all pray for me, we please. So we thank you, God. We do love you for what you've done. In all of our get an understanding. We're here making sure that people are ready to meet you and see you face to face in peace. I know they're going. I love you. See you tonight.
Oh my gosh, Rocky, I can't breathe. He's behind the curtain.
Fellas, does it seem like you can't get a good woman? Ladies, wonder why you can't keep a man? Then read The 4 Women That Men Desire, Volume 1, by Sirwalterj to figure out how to break the cycle. Go to Amazon.com to get your copy today.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?